YouTube, how's it going? Mark here with another fragrance review, this time on the house of Viktor and Rolf. Now this is their only male release in the fragrance game. This one's called Antidote. Now Antidote is a complex scent, guys. This is great for the seasoned nose out there, the veterans of the game that have smelt almost everything, right up to the newbies, the guys that haven't smelt too much. You guys, don't be scared. Don't be scared of this fragrance just because I said it's complex. It's great for everybody. Highly versatile, great signature scent worthy fragrance. Let's get to it. I'm excited. This is a great fragrance. So let's take a look at the presentation. Bottle and box. Now bottle, classy look, very nicely done. Antidote Viktor and Rolf on the plate right here. It really looks like, of course, candle wax dripping down the bottle. We got the code in white on the sticker right here. We got V&R on the cap, so highly detailed. Sprayer works okay. Not the best in the game, but they're pardoned for that. It's okay. Now the box itself, again on that classy look. Viktor and Rolf does. It just says high class all the way. V&R stamped on the box. Now this is a plastic. It really looks like, of course, when you used to send out letters way back when, they used to stamp the envelope with hot candle wax to close it. This is what it looks like. This is embossed, so if you want to play with that, that's fun. And your code's in black at the bottom. So Viktor and Rolf, high quality all the way. I'm really impressed with the juice, the packaging, everything. Well done. Antidote. Let's get to it. Now bottle size is 2.5, 4.2, which is this guy right here. Pricing, it's a little pricier than your run-of-the-mill designer. You're looking at $50 to $110 American. So definitely this is not blind buy just because Mark says it's a good one. Don't blind buy this guy. Sniff it out, guys. This is a pricey fragrance. Now this one hit the shelves in 2006. Has won a few awards with me. It made my top 25 list for winter in 2009. It made the number 6 slot on that one. And then the year after, in spring 2010, made the top 10 list at number 9. Now group, this is an oriental woody fragrance. Perfumiers, there's two. Two names that we've seen before, Eleanor Massenet and Pierre Wagny, both all-star fragrance heads. Those noses know what they're doing. Now recommended age, I'm going to go 20 and up with this one. Most oriental woody fragrances are great for older gentlemen. I really think this is one for people that are in the workforce. This is a great work scent. Longevity, awesome. Versatile, great. Why I'm leaving out the high schoolers out there? First and foremost, the price. It's a little pricier for high schoolers. I don't think this is worth your money, because the high school girls I don't think will appreciate this fragrance anyway. Woody Oriental are usually for older gentlemen anyway, but definitely keep an eye out when you get older. This one's a goodie. Now how many sprays and wear? I go 1 on the chest, 1 on each side of my neck, 3 sprays, and I am set. Now the note breakdown. Now the note breakdown, if you've seen it on websites, it's craziness. There's tons of notes in here. But, you know, sometimes that gets a little overwhelming to the consumer. You take a look at the note breakdown and you're like, oh my God, how am I supposed to know what this smells like? Guys, I'm going to try to help you out. The note breakdown, the notes in here aren't, it's a complex note breakdown, but the notes in here, we've all smelt it before, especially if you're a veteran in the game. You smelt every one of these notes. They're not unique notes. This fragrance may remind you of a lot of fragrances you smelt before, because the notes in here almost have all the notes in every other fragrance. So let's take a look at them. The top notes, we've got mint leaves, bergamot, mandarin, grapefruit, and cardamom. Now in the mid, we got lavender, nutmeg, cinnamon bark, freesia, orange blossom, and violet. And in the base, this is a heavy base, guys. Amber, patchouli, labdanum, vanilla, incense, sandalwood, white cedar, leather, white musk, and tonka bean. Now that's a list. Now with all fragrances like this, yes, it's going to be synthetic. This one is not natural smelling at all. There's too many notes in here. When I say synthetic, I'm not saying it as a bad thing. 99.9% of these fragrances is chemicals. That's all it is. That's what we're spraying on ourselves. So synthetic, when I say that, it just doesn't have a natural feel to it. It doesn't smell like the outdoors or something like that. So This fragrance is a complex scent. Now, a lot of people may not agree with me as far as it being complex. It took me well over a year. Usually I give fragrances a year before reviewing them. This one, almost going on 2 years here. I gave this one more time than any other fragrance in my collection to review as of this date. I've had this since 2009. So definitely one of those scents that I really want to delve into it. Now this fragrance is complex. Why? Well, it gives me so many heads. It's smoky, it's sweet, it's floral, it's fruity, it's spicy, it's woody, it's powdery. It gives me almost everything. Now this one can be classy, but it also can be casual. It's sometimes warm, sometimes it's cooling. Sometimes it's earthy and dirty, and then sometimes it's clean and soapy. So this fragrance is complex. It gives me all this all into one. It's basically all your fragrances in this bottle right here. Now a lot of people check this fragrance out with the overall picture of Antidote, and they take a look at the notes and they're like, okay, this is going to be super complex, it's super crazy, and then they spray it on their arm and they're like, what? They just think, oh, it's not as complex as I thought it was, it just smells like this, and it's not even that great. So they put it away, or they don't buy it. Viktor Rolf's Antidote is one of those fragrances that has to be almost your signature scent. Reason why is the more you wear it, the more you see the complexity of this fragrance. The weather changes. The way that maybe you're wearing it in a mall, you're wearing it outside, you're wearing it to work, you're wearing it in a bowling alley. You gotta wear this all the time to really fully appreciate Antidote and what it is. If you've tested it a few times, you might say, oh, it smells like this, it's not that complex, it's not that great. Meh. Yeah, a lot of people are going to do that. They're going to just let's say that this thing is overrated. I can hear it already. It's very much a complex scent. Now, Viktor Rolf was quoted, well, Viktor Rolf is a company, so one of their reps quoted by saying, why did they name this Antidote? Well, they called it Antidote because it's the antidote to the boredom of men's fragrances. I agree. Now, why do I agree? It's not that it's not a boring fragrance. It's not like a groundbreaking fragrance. Like, the notes in here aren't that crazy. It's not like the next coming of Angel Men. Like, when you first smell Angel Men, you're like, whoa, what is this? It takes you a while to get used to it. This fragrance is pleasant. It just keeps, it gives you, it does a great job keeping the wearer entertained. And that's why this is a great signature scent fragrance. It reminds me of Allure, Chanel's Allure Pour Homme. That fragrance, if you've seen that fragrance review, I told you guys that this is a versatile, highly versatile fragrance. Chanel Allure was a great versatile fragrance, and it really kept me entertained, so it's a great signature scent. Same thing with Viktor Rolf's Antidote. It gave me different heads here and there. Yeah, the overall picture of the fragrance is the same usually, but then, you know, depending on the setting, depending on the weather, it changes, not dramatically, it changes a little bit here and there, and it keeps you entertained as a signature scent worthy fragrance. It's one of those that's going to be great for you for years and years to come. Now, what does it smell like? Well, let's waste the spray, guys. Let's try it. And as you can, well, the sprayer's not bad. Sometimes it doesn't do that great. So I'll give it marks for good sprayer for now. Oh yeah, starts off really fresh, guys. You can smell the citrus in here, the mint, very cooling. So it could almost like trick you to be, oh, okay, this is great for spring and summer. That's when the fun starts. This thing warms up really well. The woods come out. The spice come out in the background. We got cinnamon, nutmeg coming out. We got a little bit of creaminess from the amber and the vanilla. It warms up pretty quickly, so the citrus and the mint will fool you right off the bat, but then it warms up real well. Now once this thing dries down in the mid is the main point where I get a lot of the cinnamon and the nutmeg. It's a beautiful blast of that. That's never a bad thing. I really enjoy that in fragrances. Now there's a floral aspect in here that envelopes the spice a little bit. It gives you like a strong lavender and orange blossom mix or combo. There's some sweet amber in here, and personally I felt like this mid was more of a spice and sweet structure in the mid, with a little bit of robustness. I felt a little bit of the leather and the incense peeking out a little bit, but not too much. Really the sweetness and the spice was head-to-head, toe-to-toe with a little bit of the floral, of course with the lavender and orange blossom that really took over this fragrance in the mid. Beautiful mid in this fragrance, and that's where this fragrance will transform on you. You're going to get different stuff here and there depending how much you wear, where you wear it, and the weather. But that's a generalization of this mid. Now in the base, I get a lot of the cedar, I get the woods, I get the patchouli, I get the musk at the end. A little hint of pepper to give it a little kick. And the incense and the leather in here warm things up. They really came to the forefront at the base. Best way to describe this is it's a safe fragrance to buy. It's definitely safe. It's not like crazy as far as the notes go and the smell go. It's not really that crazy. But it's also very much intriguing enough to the ones that are hard to please. Like those seasoned veterans that think that 99% of the stuff that's out there right now is just safe and crap. Definitely try this one out. Now try it out for a long time because you'll think that this is in that pile, that junk pile. It's not. It's great. Sometimes this fragrance came out as too much to handle on some wearings. I'll be honest with you guys, I've worn it quite a bit in the past couple years, and sometimes this is just too much. Like I wear it and I'm like, oh, that was a bad choice for today. I really think that this is too much. The jumbling of the notes a little too much. But that was a few times. For all the times I wore this, the other times this was meshed very, very well. It was almost like a symphony. This is like a work of art. Very well done. I think this fragrance would fit perfectly for someone that loves every other kind of fragrances that are out there. If you're a fragrance lover like I am, if you like spice in your fragrances, you like woods, you like sweetness, you even like floral sometimes, this is the fragrance for you. That fragrance head that loves everything, it's for you. Now, other fragrance heads that aren't into all the genres, this one might be a little too much for you. If you don't like florals, you might hate the floral in here, because there is some. If you hate sweetness in a fragrance, well, there's some sweetness in here. If you hate woods, you get the theme. Definitely very versatile fragrance, but again, because it shows so many heads, it might sting your nostrils from those different genres. Now, why would you hate this fragrance? A lot of things I've been reading about this fragrance says it may be too busy for a lot of people. There's too much going on, and it's just too much for some people. It's chemical smelling, it's synthetic smelling, just because there's too much. It's a jumbling of notes. I can see where you're coming from, but definitely have patience with this one. After a while, you'll see that it's really smooth and it works really well. And I would say the floral aspect in this fragrance would be the main culprit of why people would hate this. There is floral, lavender of course, orange blossom in here, and that's probably the main culprit of people not liking this fragrance. One word to describe this one: complex. Bottles. I'm going to throw in Chanel Allure Homme just because they both reminded me of each other. Signature scent, versatile, well done, great longevity, projection, good. Definitely all-around quality fragrance. If I recommend a fragrance and it reminds me of another Chanel, we all know Chanel's quality. So Chanel Allure pour Homme. It also reminded me a little bit of Chanel Egoist, the original, and La Nuit de l'Homme. So if you like any of those fragrances, check this one out. I'm telling you right now, check it out. Best time to wear this fragrance: this is a workman's workhorse. Definitely, I see this as an everyday cologne for someone that doesn't have too many bottles. This guy's your chameleon. It will work at work. Why? Because it's got the longevity, first and foremost. You know, work days, at least 8 hours. This one's going to work for you. It's not going to cut through half the day and it's going to be gone. Projection, good. It's not great, it's good. So yeah, it wouldn't be good if you're like a doctor or dentist when you're really close to your patients, but someone that's like in a cubicle or you got an office, this will work great for you. You can wear it at night, you can wear it at day. You can wear it in spring, fall, winter, even summer. Versatile as hell. This thing gives you so much that it is worth the price. Compliment factor. This one was fairly high. I'm not going to say that it was, you know, a panty dropper. No. Again, it reminds me of Chanel Allure pour Homme. Definitely, girls did enjoy this fragrance. Would I go clubbing wearing this? Probably not. If I went to a high class club and I had a business meeting there, or I was, meeting some people, yeah, I'd wear it. I'd wear it casually. I'll wear it upscale. I'll wear it at work. Definitely a compliment factor. I would say high up there. Not too many people said I stunk or it smelled like chemical smelling. No. So definitely a good one for compliment factor. My 2 cents, Antidote is a great fragrance. I have nothing bad to say about this fragrance at all. I absolutely enjoy this one. This is one of those fragrances that I'm going to enjoy even after the review. I've been testing it for 2 years, and sometimes I get sick of fragrances after the review. I just want to review it and get rid of it. This one is one of those that I'm going to keep in the regular rotation. This one is great, and it's like a Swiss Army knife for me. And this goes to buy, try, or pass. This is a definite buy, guys. This is worth the money. It's quality. It gives you everything that a fragrance has to give you. So Antidote, Viktor and Rolf, a winner. A winner. So let's take a look at my rating system and see how this one goes against the rest. See you, YouTube. Alright guys, let's rate Antidote. Now projection, I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. Great projection. For 5 to 6 hours, this thing beams off my skin. Definitely not a beast, but definitely beams off my skin. Give it a 9. Longevity, I'm going to give this also a 9. Great longevity, 7 to 10 hours. That's what I'm asking for any fragrance. Definitely great. Versatility, again, another 9. This one is basically anything and everything. Swiss Army knife, signature scent, every season, great. Overall smell and compliments, I'm going to give this one a 10. It's unique and it's universal. A great scent. Seasons, mostly for spring, winter, and fall, but you can wear it all season, definitely. This fragrance is great for newbies and seasoned noses alike. It has great longevity and projections, so it can only up its score, and it's very versatile. Overall, I'm going to give this one 10 bottles out of 10. An excellent scent. Welcome to the Perfect 10 Club, Antidote.